Welcome back. I'm joined by State Senator Tom Briese, and we're talking about LB 289, which is a major property tax reform bill right now in the state legislature. What this would do is raise the state sales tax by ½ cent and either increase or make new taxes on cigarettes, repair services, and other convenience goods. But the idea is that it provides property tax relief. Why does this package provide the best option to help out those property taxpayers?
This package generates new revenue to be generated towards property tax relief via a revamp of the school funding formula in our state. And the only responsible means, in my view, of delivering property tax relief to hardworking Nebraskans is to generate new revenue to be used to offset property taxes. There's folks that say, well, you should slash and burn your way to property tax relief. That's irresponsible to suggest that. It can't be done that way. We have to generate new revenue. This formula would would provide a certain amount of basic, or essentially basic funding per student in terms of foundation aid, a certain amount of funding per student, and that funding would grow over the years, would increase annually. And then at the same time, we would limit property tax asking growth. And the combination of those two factors will yield long-term sustainable property tax relief to Nebraskans.
Now, how do you get this to move forward? How do you get this to pass?
I'm confident that I'm cautiously optimistic, I should say, that we can get the votes to keep this moving. And it's because we have the crisis in our state, because of the realization within the body that we need property tax relief. We need it now. Also looming in the background, we have a ballot proposal to allow the Nebraska voters to decide if they want a 35% income tax rebate for the amount of property taxes they pay. If that gets on the ballot, it's likely to pass. Personally, I do support that proposal, but there are some downsides to it also. You know, that will have some serious repercussions in our state budget, and so that looms in the background also.
So, as a supporter of that initiative, are you picking and choosing between the two? Would you rather have this bill, or would you rather have that ballot initiative?
This bill is Plan A. This bill is the best thing we have going forward. And there's folks out there talking about alternatives to this bill, a Plan B, a Plan C. Plan A, this bill, LB 289, is the best solution to the problem for the reasons I mentioned earlier.
The governor has been preaching the need for property tax relief. He campaigned on that, but he doesn't believe in this bill. At least that's what he's saying right now. Why are his concerns misguided?
His concerns are misguided. Number one, he suggests that we're raising taxes on people. This is not a tax increase. This is classic textbook revenue neutral tax reform. Tax reform by definition entails a shifting of the burden. This is a much needed shift.
So you're a first-term senator.
Yes.
And you're supporting this bill, which the governor opposes. In the past, he has funded opponents of Republicans that have disagreed with him in the past. Is that factoring into any of your thinking that the governor could try to retaliate against you?
That certainly is not a concern of mine. He can do what he wants there, and I have respect for the governor. I agree with him on most other policy proposals, but I think he's dead wrong on this one. This is not a tax increase. It's revenue neutral tax reform. It's the only responsible means of achieving the property tax relief that Nebraskans deserve.
Well, Senator, thank you so much for taking time and explaining your thoughts on this bill.
You bet. Thank you for having me. You bet.